Back to my channel. Here we're going to be working on the construction of the sectional views of these objects, as these views are given here in first angle projection. So this is the front elevation, this is the plan, and here we have so looking at this, I think this should be the right end elevation here. Okay, but what we are just focusing on is the construction of the sectional views. So we are going to draw section XX as we have here. So for the section XX, as the cutting plane goes like this on the plan, so what we are to do is to draw the front elevation and we add the solid part. So though we have been given the part that we are to produce for section XX here, then we still need to make use of dimensions on the front elevation to produce this, and then we add the solid part. Okay, and then we also have section YY. So this is the cutting plane YY here. So we cut off this part, so what we are going to do is to draw the end elevation, and then the part of it is given to us here that we are to draw. So let's start and see how this can be done. So for section SS, as I said, this is the cutting plane. So we cut off this part as we have the arrows goes in this direction. So we want to see what we have left on this surface. And then, so looking at this, we have a rectangular hole here. So by the time we cut it, so this line that is hidden within this will be exposed. So we are going to have it to be drawn with a thick line, and this line will not be there again. Okay, so it's just that we are going to draw it from here to here and from here to here, but it will not cover the whole of this space. Okay, as you can see it, here in the section XS, this one that we are given here. So we are just to replicate what we have here, and then we need to add the solid part of it. So let's start and see how it goes. So as we have from here, for the dimensions, we have that from here to here is 9 millimeters. From here to here is 18 millimeters. From here to here is 37 millimeters. And the height from here up is 38 millimeters. From here to here is 5 millimeters. And then we also have that from the center here, we have that from here to here is 5. Okay, and from here to here is 5. And the total as we have here, so length from here to here is 31 millimeters. It's given in the plan. So the total length is 64 as we have here. Okay, so what we are going to do, so the section XX, so I'm going to draw a horizontal line here. So we draw horizontal line like this. So at this point, so I'm going to draw a vertical line. So it goes up like this. Okay, so with this vertical line that I've drawn, so I'm going to be taking measurement. So I will take a measurement of 9 millimeters. So as we see it there, so we take 9 millimeters. So this is 9 millimeters here. Okay, so from this 9 millimeters, I will take 37 millimeters. So this is 37 millimeters here. So after this 37, so I'm going to take a measurement of 18 millimeters. So this is 18 millimeters here. Okay, so we have this. Then I will come on this line, take a measurement of 38 millimeters up. So let me extend this a bit. 38 millimeters. So this is 38 millimeters, and I will take 5 millimeters from here. So 5 millimeters up. So this is 5 millimeters. Okay. All right. So I'm going to also, so there is a particular dimension that I have to take, but we have that from here to here is 18 millimeters, and from here to here, okay, is 9 millimeters. So from that 36 down, I will take 9 millimeters down, so it is within that 36. So we have this, and I will come here from here up, I will take 18 millimeters again. So this is 18 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to draw horizontal line from each of these points. So we'll draw horizontal line from here. So draw horizontal line from here to this side. Okay, then coming here, I will draw horizontal line, and at this point I will draw horizontal line here like this. Then coming up here, I will draw horizontal line. All right, so then Here I will draw a vertical line. So from this point I will draw a vertical line here. Okay, so this is a vertical line, and also at this point I will draw a vertical line that will touch this line. So based on what we are given, and also at this point I will draw a vertical line that will touch this line from here to here. So we have this. Okay, so then this 37 that we have in the middle, I'm going to divide it into two. So 37 by 2 will give us 18.5. It will give us 18.5. So 18.5, this is 18, so 18.5 here. So I'm going to draw a vertical center line here. So we draw a vertical center line, so it goes like this. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so we have that now. Then from the center here, from the center, so we have that the total distance from here to here, that is from here to here, is 31. So if I divide 31 by 2, that will give me 15.5. So I have to take a measurement of 15.5. So I'll just set it like this. So this is 15.5. Okay, then 15.5, so making it 31 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to draw a vertical line, a short vertical line to touch this one here. Okay, and also a short vertical line here to touch this one. So we have this. Okay, then so we have what, for us to get the hole inside this, which is rectangular hole, we have to take a measurement of 5 millimeters from here to here, because this line, we are going to see this line and we are going to see this line. So I have to take 5 millimeters from this point to this side. This is 5 millimeters, and from here I will also take 5 millimeters. So we are going to draw the line. So it goes, so let's see where it ends. So it goes from this point to this point here. So we are going to take it and stop it here on here. So and then we are going to make it a thick line. So make it a thick line. So that is from here down. So we draw it, making it a thick line. And then here also we draw it and making it a thick line from here to here. And this line also, we have to make this line a thick line. Okay, so this line on this side will be a thick line. So it will be from here down. So from here down to this point as a thick line. Okay, so then this line from here, so we draw it as a thick line from here down, and then this line will also be drawn, making it a thick line. And okay, so this comes down to this point here, okay, as a thick line. So we also make this a thick line from here down here. So and then this line we also okay, so I'm looking at something here. Okay, all right, so from here to all right, so from this 18 that we took here from here to here, we are taking 9 millimeters inward for us to draw this line, and that's what I've done while I pause the video. So what we have learned now for the section XX is for us to produce the hatching lines on this surface. So this will not be hashed because there is a rectangular hole. Okay, so the cutting plane does not touch this surface, so we leave it unhashed. But the rest from here down, so we are going to hash the surface. So we make use of 45 degrees set square to produce the hatching lines. As I said, that hatching lines are drawn 45 degree to the horizontal, and then they are drawn with thin continuous line, so equally spaced. So you don't have to measure the space. So all you have to do is to use your eyes to take that distance between the hatching lines. Okay, so that is what I'm doing here. So without taking the measurement of the space between the hatching lines. Okay, so we also hash this. Okay, and then we hash this surface. All right, so it's as simple as I'm doing it here, so you don't have to think you can't do it, so you can do it. Okay. All right, so we're about to complete this. Okay, so this is it. So we have this is section XX as we have here. So let's go and work on section YY. All right, let's work on section YY. So the cutting plane, so we have it here, and the arrow goes in this, the arrows go in this direction. So we remove this part. I want to see what we have left here on this face. Okay, so by the time we are looking at this, okay, from the plan, so the cutting plane does not touch this face as we have here, so that's going to be left unhashed. Okay, and then this face, the cutting plane does not touch it, it's going to be left unhashed. Okay, and then looking at what we have here, so okay, let's work this out first. So we are going to make use of dimensions on the end elevation, so looking at this as we have here, like distance from here to here is 36 millimeters. Okay, and then so other things that we are going to have here, we are going to we are going to have, there is a cut here, there is something like so what we have here, okay, so we have a shape here, we have this shape here, so we are going to see it here. So it is hidden here in the front elevation, so we are going to have it so within this part here, so that's why this space is left. Okay, so let's start and see, and then from here to here, so I can make use of this space. Let me make use of this space to do that. So what I have to do now, I'm going to project from the from here, so I'm going to project a line from this point to this side. Okay, so I'll also project from here to this side here, and we also do the same thing here like this, and coming up here we draw this line to the right side. Okay, we have it here. So then the next that I'm going to do is that I'm going to draw a vertical center line here. So a vertical center line, just move away a bit and draw a vertical center line like this. All right, so then 36 by 2 will give us 18. So I'll take a measurement of 18 millimeters from here to this side. This is 18 millimeters, and 18 millimeters to this side also. This is 18 millimeters. Okay, so we are going to draw a vertical line from this end. So I'm going to make it a thick line at once. So we draw a vertical line from this end to touch okay, so up to this line, okay, and then we draw from here, so up to this line here. So we have this. Okay, so we also have what we have here. So we have this particular cut that we have here. Okay, so this line that we see here, so the object is being viewed in this direction. This is the right end elevation, being viewed in this direction. So the line at this point is what they drew here. Okay, so we are not going to draw it, so we are going to make it. Okay, so let's make it. So we have that from here to here. So from here to here, so I think it has the same, okay, it has the same dimension as this one that we have here. It has this dimension as this one. Okay, so we are just going to, okay, we are going to take 5 from here to here and 5 from here to here. Not as this. We are going to take 5 from here to here. I think, okay, from here to here will be 5, looking at it, So we take 5 from here to here, 5 from here to here. Whatever we have left will give us that. So I'll just come to this point here, take a measurement of 5 millimeters inward. Okay, this is 5 millimeters, and also from here I'll take 5 millimeters inward. And then what is, so its distance from here to here is 6 millimeters. So I will come here and take a measurement of 6 millimeters. This is 6 millimeters here. So at this point I'm going to draw a horizontal line like this, and then here I will draw a vertical line, so making it a thick line at once like this. Okay, so do the same thing here. Okay, so then I will make this line a thick line, so a thick line from here to here. So we have this. Okay, so and then the next thing that we are going to do is to work on this part that we have here. So on the upper part, as we have it here. Okay, and then okay, so and then looking at this now, so looking at this in this direction, so this line, the line here that is drawn short dashes, okay, which is line at this point, doing it in this direction will now be a thick line. So we are going to make this line, we make it a thick line, so make it a thick line from here to this end, to be a thick line from here to this end. Okay, so then we come up here, so we come up here, so coming up here, we are going to take 5 from here to here, 5 from here to here, as I'm looking at it here. Or let me come down to, okay, so yeah, so we are going to take 5 from here. This, the 5 is here from here to here, and from here to here is 5. So we take that 5. So we take 5 from here to this end. This is 5 millimeters, and then from this end here to here we take 5 millimeters. So we draw a vertical line. So here we draw a vertical line here like this, making it a thick line, and we also draw a vertical line. And then also the inner one, so for the rectangular hole, so we take 5 inward. Okay, and then from here also, so we take 5 millimeters inward. This is 5. So here we are going to draw the line, and the line, so we draw it from here, it will touch this line. We draw it as a thick line, so it will touch this line here like this, and also we draw from here, it will touch this line like this. Okay, then the whole of this line, so up here from here to this point will be a thick line as we have it here. All right, so that is what we are going to have there. All right, what we are left with is to hash this surface. So we're hashing this surface. This will not be hashed, so because the cutting plane as we see it here does not touch this surface, so it will not be hashed. So we only have to hash the solid part that the cutting plane touch here on this object. Another thing that I see here is that, so this line, as I said, that this is the right end elevation, so there is a line at this point. It will be hidden in the right end elevation, okay, in this elevation, or in this sectional view, unlike as we have it here in the right end elevation, that it is shown a line at this point, it is shown drawn thick. But here in this case, as we are looking at it in this direction, it will be hidden from us. So I want us to put it there. Let's put it there as short dashes line. So a short dashes line, so let's put it here. Okay, so we have it like this. Okay, so then let's go and produce the arching lines. Let's produce the arching line. So this surface will be left unhashed, so take note of that. Okay, so we hash. So as I said, arching lines are drawn within continuous lines. Within continuous lines. Okay, so at 45 degree. Okay, so we hash this also, so they should be equally spaced. All right, so we have the section here. So here we have section YY, so write section XS here section YY. Yes, as simple as I've done it here. Thank you. Keep on practicing and God bless you.